Gotta get out of here. I think I'm gonna lose it.
Uh-oh. Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
Quiet down, you. This is eBay Reseller News Now. I'm Primo Kimo. That's Spam Banshee. And the guy who's barking, his name is Pokey. Aloha. Welcome, everybody, to the Monday show. I see we have some people in the chat already. Some super fans from the Wolf Pack. I got to think of a good name for our club over here. Wolfpack's all I got because I'm a big fan of the Hangover movie. So look who we've got here. We've got Carl, eBay Life, who is absolutely ecstatic about free sales in England. I'm guessing, but I think that's true. Callie in a beautiful green color. Aloha Spam. Primo and eBay Life. Hope you guys are getting some good sales. Mine were great, but then they shut off. Womp, womp. John from Flippin' Ain't Easy's here. Cornhusker Picker. Ryan, aloha. We got Gina, Jen, Kevin, Craven Cards, Josh Motorcycle Dork, and rounding off the early, what would you call these? Early arrivers. Patricia. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for showing up. So, it's a big day today. We've got a sun orb in the sky that's going to be blocked out for like 3 minutes, and people are going knuckle crazy. And we're not crazy about it, but right after this show, we are going to, we might even have to end a few minutes early, like a little bit before 3, because our totality happens at 3:28, and I want to make sure we're actually going to go live. So we'll go live, and and we'll probably blow up our phone or something, but we will film that right after this show.
Flippin' ain't easy.
And also, James is here. I see also Silver Hair Stacker, Major Wed, Big Dre with the mystery message. A retracted message is always a mystery. Was it? I must have been funny. Maybe it wasn't funny enough. Was it mean? Was it saying how beautiful I am? Because I would love to hear that from people. So I will never know. It's the mystery. And who? Oh, Jay. Big Dre says aloha. Had good sales on the weekend. So we'll start there. Let's start there. Yes. Sales were awesome. Major win. Stop yourself from doing that. You are so awesome, Major win. This is like not a fake clap. This is a real one. Can you hear? Everybody can hear that. Major Win just gifted 5 membership. That is off the hook. Awesome. Thank you so much. DR was given. What's interesting is some of the people, we've never heard their names, although most of these we have. Just technically DR. I don't think we've heard them before because they can sit in the background and not be participating in the chat, which is totally fine. But then they can still get to be a member for, it's a 1-month membership. And then you guys have it's free, obviously. Major Win paid for it, which is so awesome. And then you don't have to do it after a month, or you can continue and support the channel, which is awesome. Flipping Ain't Easy also turned his on. Obviously, he saw we did, so he had to do that as well. And James also saw that we did. For whatever reason, we all turned him on within like the same week. And I think it's a really, really awesome way to show your support to a channel that you like, or perhaps even love. And it just is like a recurring monthly charge of whatever unit you sign up for. And I think we all have really reasonable. I have a $24.99 a month, which I don't expect anybody to ever get. But should you join that one, we'll do a live for everyone. We don't have like different levels in the sense of just choose the amount you want to support, and then everyone sort of gets the same features, which is I'm doing a commercial now, I guess, but I just thought I'd throw it out there. we put out one video a week that is either we put out when I was on a reality show in 2013. That those clips are on there. When we went to the bins for the first time, spoiler alert, they were closed. That's on there. We've only had 2 weeks, so those are the two things that are on there. But tomorrow we'll post something else new, sort of behind the scenes or something. Anyway, great way to support our channel, which we totally appreciate. Silverhair Stacker says, I love Banshee, Kimo. Wah, wah. You know, okay. Wah, 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 wah. Come see, come saw. I totally understand that. Choose your own Primo adventure. Yeah, that's what we can do. But anyway, thank you so much, Major Win. And thank you to our newest members, Jen at Aton, Bendel 420, Fartsack Jack, and DR, and Grammys Miniatures. Welcome, everybody, along with our current ones. But as you can see right now in the chat, everything, it's very green, a lot of green names. That's very good. It's super good. And also, I'd like to mention a Motorcycle Dork who had an awesome live this weekend, which we enjoyed, his first live. And it really felt like we were like, you know, part of the gang, just chilling. And Josh was there and others were there. And it was just awesome. Everyone was there. Except we weren't there. We actually watched it 2 days later. But we did see it. And that's what's important. Okay. So on to today's subject. And that is, John already put one out this morning. I guess one of the newer members of our wolf pack is value-added resources. Wait, I'm looking for... I feel like I wrote things here, and then there's pages missing from my notes. Oh, you know why? Because I have a different notebook. Cosentics. Liz Morton from valueaddedresources.net. I didn't not want to get that wrong. Gave us a heads up last night about an article she was writing today, and that John, being on the West Coast, is up 3 hours later than we are. I guess we were napping by the time this came through. But Carl also did one. eBay Life Carl, go check him out in England. He's the big beneficiary of here. Probably Paul Rose too, and a few other of you are the benefactors of eBay Goes permanently fee-free on pre-loved clothing from private sellers in UK. I'll let you go over to Value Added Resources and read the article for yourself, but I'll just hit across a couple points. John pretty much went over it all. The only thing that I thought maybe, what did we say that, you know, John missed one point, which was, what was that? Do you remember, sweetie? It was something about the, we had to actually go on to eBay UK to read it. What was it? You showed it to me. You told me. Just tell me what it is so I can say it. I don't remember. Okay, we don't know what it is. So John covered all the points, all the important points, and I think the only thing that I didn't totally understand is it can be new clothes, or it can have tags on it, but it's pre-owned clothing. They're using the term pre-owned clothing, but they say it can have tags on it. So you would assume that's new old stock or new, but you had to buy it. So I think the terminology is specifically saying you can't necessarily be a business selling stuff, your clothing. They do say that very specifically. You have to be a private seller, but you have 1,000 items a month before you reach the threshold of being a public seller. And they allow you to sell clothing with tags on it because you bought it. You bought it at a store. Now you got it as a gift. It has tags on it. You can resell it. But I think they are sort of making sure that you're not a business selling items that you purchased. I mean, I don't know how they're totally going to get, keep track of all that, except that you have 1,000-piece allotment. That's, as Carl put it, 1,000-piece allotment. I'm sure that if you go over that 1,000, not sure what they do. Do they shut you down? They charge you a fee per that one unit, or for all the 1,000 that you already sold, or that kind of stuff. I don't know. I'm not in England, so I'm not like totally hot over this, but I do think that it is absolutely a continuation of the sentiment that eBay is course correction is happening currently right now. They are using sort of Mercari's fee, in their advertisement for this or in their literature for this. They're talking about how they don't want, they aren't going to charge buyers more money. So that's just a punch right at Mercari. They're saying specifically that you don't have to pay to have your money removed unless you take it out in one day. By the way, Amateur Hour over here just did our taxes. We paid $600 in overnighting our money, our instant money transfers. I can't even remember doing it that many times. There was certainly a couple of times that we did it, and I was like, we got to do that because we want to do that because we want the money. But $650, I felt like, or however much, $600+. Oops, that's not ideal. Because right now, I would love to have that $650. So can we just not do that again? Again, it was, last year, because we're doing 2023. We haven't done it that much this year. But 2023, sales were so inconsistent that we needed to get money out of our account more quickly from time to time. So that's the truth of the matter. But watch that as let us be a cautionary tale that all of a sudden you can have $650 of instant transfer from your eBay account. So it does cost money. They tell you it costs money. 1.5% doesn't scare me, unless apparently you do it a whole bunch of times, and then you're kind of dumb. Then you're kind of dumb like me. But we made it through 2023. Taxes are being prepared. We don't wait till the last second. We try to get them done by April 14th. And that's how we roll. So much to say. So many things. So many words filling up the chat. Silver Hair Stacker is fixing to go outside. Total eclipse about to happen. Let the alien abductions begin. Yeah, apparently this is a sign from somebody that we're not doing well or something. I don't know. I've heard a lot of weird stuff. All I know about eclipses is I've seen them before. That's all I know. I've seen them before. But we are going to go out, again, right after this show. We're going to go out and it's ours as totalities at 3:28. Bonnie Tyler comes on at 3:28 and plays for the next 3 minutes. It's one song worth. Total eclipse. You're the total eclipse of my heart. Oh, who are you? Pokey says hello. He wants to go outside, but I thought you want to just say hi to everybody? That was enough? Okay. Thanks. Thanks for stepping on my stomach. Oh. We are going to check out, let's see what everybody's saying, because I see there's some blue coming up there. Major wins coming up blue. Got to let the dog out of the bag. Just stay out there for a while. There's plenty of winter poops to go roll around in. Can you go do that? Thank you. And then mommy will kiss you on the head and go, oh, this isn't right. Remember when that happened? When you're like, this isn't right. What is this on my hand? This is not good. Okay, so I'll jump down here. Major win, providing the money buffer. Thank you, Major Win. Always there to lend a helping hand, for sure. And to provide a membership. So I hope you all enjoy some of the stuff that we put up there. That Motorcycle Dork has Motorcycle Dork. That Major Win has provided to you. I am reading, Underdog of the Day is Motorcycle Dork. Thank you. It does kill me. It kills me when we get paid for the Underdog of the Day. But you're so appreciated, Major Win. And I see you everywhere. You're spreading it around, and you're on lots of people's shows. And I love how Flipping Ain't Easy definitely has a much bigger audience than we do. But besides the people that I don't recognize on this channel, there are so many people that we share, and it's just a cool community. And I like the way that we share around and go support everyone's channel. And ours and theirs and Motorcycle Dork and everybody else who's rocking. Who else is there? So I don't forget anybody. Well, channels. Channels that we see the same people in. Josh Galt, yep, when he comes on. And they did have Josh was on Puri. No, they have a different definitely have a different audience, I think. But Curious Collection is somebody who we watch when they're on. But what was I just gonna say? PPP, the PPP, the Prophet podcast with that's there. I'm missing a P in there. I just took it before we started because I had the P protein again. But we had Prophet Playbook podcast. Thank you. Go check that out. Josh was on this weekend, and that's a good show. So, Major Win says, let's have a rocking day. Callie Deb says, hope things have been great for you. Ryan says, great sale for 2 days and then back down. We said, I think I started to say, as usual, I got distracted by myself, and to say that we had a great weekend, shipped out 13, 14 items today, and that's good for us. We are increasing our high electronics mostly, but we're increasing bigger dollar items because we've definitely hit a baseline. Since March, we are back to to 1 year ago. Just the feeling of our store and the actual rhythm of the store and how we're selling things on the weekends mostly, and Sundays are huge. That has returned. I did watch Hey Froze today, who is still asking for that to happen. And we have had that happen. We aren't necessarily in the majority here, but for whatever reason, we got put on to the A/B testing. Whatever happened, we are now enjoying that same pattern, which is very comfortable. The money's not quite there yet because we have really, really rested on just trying to get that pattern back. And now that the pattern's back, we are adding the high profit items, I guess, or whatever. The average selling price items, trying to increase our sell-through rate. The biggest news to say over the past week is that our sales conversion rate on both of our accounts is up 0.7, which puts us into the mid 1.8, 1.7, 1.8. And that is a huge, huge difference from the past year. So we're pretty good for the past month and a half now, watching that sell-through rate go up. And now it's still growing. Every week it's growing a little bit. I guess we expect to be in the 2s or maybe 3s, what used to be what we had. So that's happening. So I hope you guys, it's going to start, coming through to everybody who's in this collectible market, because I think they released something at the beginning of March. They made that determination that their stupid plan to gouge us all and to sell sneakers and handbags was failing, and that the GMV has to rise. Sellers have to be, kept happy, and we need to have more buyers. So I know that's what's happening now, or at least I really super duper hope it is. Please, please, please. But that's what's happening for us. And that's what we can say right now. So right now, we're just trying to put in higher priced items that will sell, because we know that we've got that base. All about that base, What are you doing? Is the dog getting eaten by a hawk or anything? I'm making sure. Okay. He's very tiny. He could just be like, caw, caw, scoop, caw, caw. And then there was a terrible story about how somebody got picked up. A Chihuahua got picked up in Shelburne, and his little body got dropped somewhere over upstate New York. Remember that? Let's not have that happen. Do you need to go outside and get him? Do you bring your bird taser with you? Let's see here. Bird tase. Okay. Let's see what more people have to say. I had see, Biff Boffo and I, not only do we have this like weird cross-country connection of like, just like in the same headspace from the olden days till now, but we're experiencing similar, things are getting better for us, and it's obvious. So he's saying had his best week of the year this last week. Though Sunday wasn't great, Monday's already looking better. And that is, gosh, I just want everyone to be having that as well. Major Win is saying, Carl, been enjoying Carl's vids. Yeah, everybody go check out Carl over there at eBay Life. Nobody does metrics like Carl. They are intense. They are granular. They are daily. They are, basically anything you could, if you'd want to see a daily look at that. He does a great job at that. Jen says sales were okay. Not bad, but not great. Medium seems to be like a place, or as Hayfro's used to say, they're really trying to get us to be okay with less. And it did happen to us. We most certainly accept less at this point. But we feel that we can increase it. And we have been making, even though we're fracking the hoard and selling, just stuff that we've had, we have made a couple of purchases, good ones. Like this weekend or last week, we bought the Pioneer Elite DVD player, not working, for $20. And I'm like, I'm just going to pop this on the old eBay. $120 within a week, or with not even a week, which paid for the really cool Sony stereo we got that's worth $300 or $400, and a couple other items we bought. So sourcing has been, and that made us feel good too. So that you can't even tell you how much that meant to us to find a good score, to have it actually work out and sell, pay for the items as we planned it. And eBay is working not like a top, but like like our car that had a busted serpentine pulley on it. So it's still running, but the thing was a little wonky, but it's working. And then we fixed it, so now it's okay. Thank you for caring. Let's see here. We are behind, of course, at 106. It's 123. I can't get ahead at 15 minutes behind is the best I can do ever. The mystery beauty will be whether we can see the eclipse. I'm heading to the park to see it right now. Good luck, Dr. Dre. Dr. Big Dre. Sorry. Big Dre. Dr. Big Dre in the house. Good luck seeing that. Good luck making it there. Our place is crammed. All of our houses on our street have neighbors from out of town, from different places, because we have a totality window right in our area. So there's tons of people here. Boop booty doo. Den Decor Depot is here. Aloha. Had a good weekend. Awesome. Major Win mentioning that we're about to pass 4,000 subs. Epic. It is. Absolutely. We are a coyote pack. Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. See? We have a wolf pack over here. Or coyote pack. I guess that is more of a coyote thing, isn't it? Is that a howl like a wolf? Or no, the coyotes do more like this yipe, yipe, yipe thing that he does. eBay Life won't help. Oh, no. eBay Life says it actually won't help him because he's a business seller. Well, might be a good time to start up a second account if you can do that over there. I'm not sure. They have pretty significantly different rules in some cases. But start up a new eBay account just so you can sell clothing on there. I mean, that's what I would do to take advantage of this and be a private seller on that account, business seller on this account. Party like Motorcycle Dork. It's business business in the front, party in the back every day. Let's see. Big Dre, really hope no selling fees for clothing on eBay in the U.S. happens, and I'll be saving on Mercari and eBay. Posh will have fees. Well, that's another one of the punch. It was sort of a 1-2 punch against Mercari, just for the slam of we don't charge to remove the money from the account, and also we don't charge buyers. So that was just absolutely a punch down on Mercari. And then the unspoken punch to Poshmark is its clothing with no fees, no fee clothing. So that pretty much just, it's most certainly not the end of those platforms, but eBay is getting in the fighting mode. Hence the title today about entering the platform wars of 2024. I do expect there to be some casualties to the war, but I'm eBay, just so you know, Team eBay here. Who's got 2 thumbs on Team eBay? This guy right here. Don't you dare. Don't you dare mess with us. But we are on Team eBay. We have yet to list anywhere else. We just haven't been able to find a reason. I mean, every second that you get right before you're going to go, okay, cross list, we find a reason not to. And sometimes it's just the sales are good, and then I have to go put in more time into eBay. So I take a while to learn a new system. Doesn't matter what it is. In fact, I'm looking at these. I've got to build some websites, and I want to gravitate away from WordPress and into Webflow, and this other one. And they are different, but they're actually really cool. So, but it takes me, it takes me a long time. I have to really just dive into it and start working with it before I get I can't just read something and figure it out. I have to do it. So that's why we haven't actually made any cross listings, because because I just can't. I have to feel good confident that I understand the platform and how to work with it and not get stuck somehow. Because Lord knows, if I can get stuck, I will stick my foot in it or something. If it's possible, I will make it happen. Bad or good. It's true. It goes either way. Way for me. Basket Noodle is here. Aloha, Basket Noodle. Welcome. Hello, beautiful peep skills. 6x6, the policy stuff makes me raise many questions. Questions, but I think that we're looking at it from a reasonable point of view. I mean, this is cautiously optimistic, right? So it's a positive step forward. What does it mean in the future? For instance, Biff Boffo was saying just what I was thinking. Again, how's that happen? Because he wrote this, 17 minutes ago. Hard to believe the permanent part isn't permanent forever. No, absolutely not. That is a total throwaway word. When he says the permanent fees, they say permanent fees. eBay says permanent fees, but permanent until they don't do it anymore. There's no permanence means nothing. So I would not ever. I don't believe that part. No. Okay, now we got down to major wins. First $2. Oh my! It just fell off. The first $2 super chat, which will relove. Oh, and I didn't do the second one here. Just 3 comments later. Thank you so much. Major win. No selling fees for media. Wait, what's that mean? All for it? Oh, are you just suggesting that's what we should do? Yes. I think there should be some categories in the US, not clothing. I don't want clothing. I don't want you guys. I don't want Kevin to have any better odds. But I don't sell clothes, so I really can't say that. I shouldn't say that. I don't say that. I take that back. Reverse. I didn't say that at all. I hope everybody gets a break all across the board, but mostly I hope they maybe drop. How about they drop the fees for those encouraged categories? The ones that I do the nuclear reset on, the ones that they allow you $50,000 a month, zero insertion fees. Let's drop the fees on those, all those categories, whatever they happen to be. Just drop them on there. That's my big wish, eBay. That's my big wish. I support you. So give me that for free. Thank you. Curious Collection is being very magnanimous and saying lower platform fees for everything, and we all win. True. It is true. I think it's very interesting the way that eBay is getting rid of the fees on the most competitive category of clothing. So yes, they're getting rid of the fees because they know people are then going to bust up their promoted listing fees. And, are they going to, if you look at it at this point, if you promote it 5% and then you pay $12, that's 17%. Oh, gotta get out there. That's 17%. But if you take away the final value fees, then they're only going to have 5%. But then the competition will be so much more, you're going to have to pay 1,000,000%. So then they're basically instigating that Amazon pressure cooker where in order to get above in those super clogged categories like clothing, you're going to have to advertise a little bit more than the last person. And I wouldn't be surprised if they mess with the search algorithm to encourage that. And then that brings up the other thing that you said where I should have put that up, I should have had that available to us, saying specifically how I forgot. So don't worry about it. Specifically how, what was the other thing you were just telling me just before the show? But I don't have the Google spreadsheet up. Can't you just tell me? You make everything so difficult. Now I have to go in here, shared with me. Then I have to go in here and find it. Reseller news. Okay, now I got it. So it is the thing where you said developer news. Was that it?
No. Up in those screenshots.
Yeah, those don't work for me. Sorry. Thanks for nothing. But we'll go on to something else that we can go to. And that is how this is for European. No, this is for everybody. How GSPR seller requirements. This is on eBay Developer Program Q4 2021 newsletter. It's saying the GPSR, which stands for General Product Safety Regulations for Europe, for the EU, are going into effect in December. And everyone's affected by this because if you sell into the EU, they're going to require all sellers using EU-based buyers will need to provide the following information in their eBay listings. And this looks like it's for every product available. Name and contact details of product manufacturers. Name and contact details for EU-based responsible person or entity for products manufactured outside the EU. And relevant product safety and compliance information such as safety warnings, labels, product manuals, and local language. All sellers will receive email communications in regards to this. Now, that's for everybody in the world selling into the EU or being in the EU selling to the EU. I see more problem. This is more problematic than anything else I've seen recently because what if you don't have that information? We cannot sell to the EU. So that will actually limit some international sales based on the fact that especially if you're selling, how will this apply to collectibles, vintage items? I don't know. But more stuff for you to have to know. Hopefully eBay has a product catalog that will have most of the stuff filled in for you and you won't have to find it yourself. But I can imagine there's going to be situations where you're not going to be able to sell in the EU. And also, especially relevant product safety and compliance information for old stuff, for like old batteries. You want to sell an ever-ready battery? You can't. And that's what I want to do. I want to sell old batteries. Okay, so we're done with that, right?
I just emailed you those screenshots with the conversation.
Okay. Well, I'm going to read some of these because it's a lot of words, and I'm not getting any. Okay, so now we're 20 minutes behind. How's everybody doing on Mercari? Callie Debs asked. My sales have definitely picked up over there. I'm loving their changes. Okay, so now I feel better about Mercari. Now here's, Ooh, the scales of justice are like tipping constantly in my head. We better get on to Macari with those 10 items. All we were supposed to do is 10 items.
Yeah, but they started selling on eBay.
Yeah, they all sold on eBay, so we didn't bother. Whatever. It's so complicated. I just want to put them on one platform like the olden days. Full-time Flipper podcast. Aloha. Greetings one and all. Dendicor has a mystery message. I sent 32 items today, Dendicor. Look at that. See, now that's a nice lot of items. That's the most we've ever had. June of last year was our best June ever, well over $10,000, and we had on one weekend we had 32 items to ship. And I will tell you we did it. It was not a problem, but it was a lot. It was like, wow. I mean, that was over a weekend. So on Monday we had to ship, because we have 1 day shipping on almost everything. We had to ship everything on single Monday. So that seems a lot. We're about half of that right now, which is a little bit more than half, I guess. But that's really a sweet spot for us. Just very perfect spot. Just increase the average sale price on our items and we'll be in good shape. Bigger electronics are always preferable, Basket Noodle says. Yes. We have always had really good luck with that, and I don't have any problem. I can package anything up to arcade games. You know, I can palletize stuff. Doesn't matter. I can do all that. Nothing scares me. Major Win says, we share love, Primo, Kimo. You guys are number one. No disrespect for others. We just love you the best. Thank you so much. Well, guess what? We love you too, pretty much the best. But we love everybody equally, but also we love you the best. Shh,
I love you the best. Don't tell anybody, okay?
What? What'd you say? Full-time Flipper says, did anyone else change the lyrics when singing Total Eclipse of the Heart to Total Eclipse of My Fart? Because you've never done that. See, we've done it like 1,000 times in the past week, so I know you've done it 1 million times. Just guessing. Not to say that, you know, fart jokes are your favorite thing, but whose fart jokes are the best for everybody? Lenny K, aloha. Finally had 2 sales of Macari since the Switch this weekend. Awesome. So we're still going to have to figure that out. We promised a week ago that we'd do it. We tree catted up all of our stuff, and again, stuff started selling on eBay. So we just sort of focused on that. And I mean, we listed about a dozen pretty good vintage electronic items just yesterday. And already everything has an offer out on it. That's what's amazing too, is the offer situation. One thing I'm noticing on the offers is there's way more zero watcher offers that I've ever seen before. Or I haven't noticed those before. Usually there's always a watcher if you're going to send an offer, but we're sending out 0 watcher offers, if that makes sense. It does in my head. But Major Win just had a meeting with our tax guy yesterday, and he told us everything, although we don't believe it, that eBay business is actually totally working, and it turned out well for 2023. We are happy. We don't really know. We haven't totally finalized our taxes yet, so we probably don't know that yet, right? Well, we haven't finished them yet, so we don't know that yet. But we do need to finish them, and then we'll find out. Numbers that eBay gives in the back room are just not worth, you got to do it on your own if you really want to know, and they're not going to match. So that's another thing maybe eBay could work on a little bit. Give us numbers that actually work. Okay, I'm going to have to jump down a little bit. I'm looking for the @ signs to jump past. I'm shipping 90 low ASP orders today, Biff, so I can take tomorrow off. 90? Dang. Biff, what's a low ASP for you? Our ASPs are low right now at $48. So that's our average. But I would say that, because the bulk of the items are 25, 20, 18, and then, 200. So that That's how we roll. And if they're lower priced, they're usually 45s or video games, something pretty easy to package. CDs, stuff easy to package, which is helpful. Everybody is saying sweet Biff. Sweet Biff alarm. Good times. Okay, so I'll stop. Aloha messed up the start time again, Paul Rose. Apologies for the stardiness. Horn me in, guys. You are here. M's here too. Jeff and M are in the house. Also, sorry for the double horn, people, but it's important. Let's see. eBay Life saying hello. Jet Fixer is here. This is my favorite little blimp that we do. And it's nice that Jet is actually Jet again. We don't have to guess which, is he going to be Bosley this week? Like who which 1980s TV character is he? He's Jet Fixer again, which is awesome. Let's see here. Trying to just get ahead. Michelle Kilpatrick, welcome. We will enjoy the eclipse and we'll share it for you as long as everything goes well. As soon as we're done with this show, we'll jump outside and stick the phone up into the sky and film the eclipse. If we end at 3, the totality eclipse of it will happen at 3:28, 3:27, 3:26:50 to 3:29 right? Did I hear a niner in there? The start is at 3:25 and it finishes at 3:28 or something. People travel all the way from everywhere, Timbuktu, to here just to see that. Oh my gosh, I see reference to Serpentine. That's a long time ago. Oh, it just jumped. Don't you hate it when it jumps and I can't? Okay. So here we go. Don't you hate it when you have so many comments you can't keep up with them? Not really. Just kidding. eBay Life says awesome work on the subs. Primo, thank you very much. Well, and also the biggest number of viewers on our last video, which was 6,000 people watched our last live. And I don't see how that worked. I don't know how that is possible. Nobody can sit there and watch me for 2 hours. Not 6,000 people, but that's what it says. So I guess we have to believe them. Do we believe YouTube's numbers? Do we believe eBay's numbers? No, we don't. So I don't know. YouTube, I think, is better because they actually give you money for advertising. Not a lot, but that was our biggest video, raising $21. That's right. We got $21 from that single video. And then my friend calls me who runs the Wayne Carini. Go check out Wayne Carini. If you know him, he's a car guy. Excuse me. And he works with Wayne Carini and does a lot of his filming and stuff and runs his YouTube channel. And he gets like 150,000 views on a video, and that makes like $500, which is crazy. I mean, these are just general numbers. Mine happens to be specific, 21, but his is general. I don't think you're supposed to really share that, but it's just, it's just numbers. What does it all mean? It's just numbers. Ryan, coyotes 100% howl. I live on a cattle farm and hear them every night. Yes, so we're coyotes over here. And I'm from California where there was a lot of coyotes. And my grandpa was a cowboy, sort of. He's from Yugoslavia. But he wanted to be a cowboy, and he retired he walked fences in his retirement. And we had horses. And we heard coyotes. And you know what? I always thought, okay, so here's the big question. This is the question of the day. What is the animal that goes, the animal that goes, ahoo, ooh, ooh. I thought that was a coyote. I think it's an owl. What? Can you believe that? I always thought that was a coyote. But they do it in a pattern. They do it the, ooh, How many licks does it take to get to the? So I always thought that was a coyote. No, maybe I thought it was an owl and it was a coyote. Anyway, I had it wrong my whole life until recently, and I still can't remember what I think it is. Major win was Major win. Major win should get the award like Paul Rose for being in the most absurd, dangerous positions because he got eaten by a lion because they were juggling meat. I remember that story. And then he was almost killed by a pack of coyotes. And it genuinely sucked. Yeah, I would find that to be distasteful at best, at worst. Anywho, love you all. Got a work meeting. Okay, I'll see you soon, Major Win. Thank you so much for the super chats and the memberships. The generous donation of 5 memberships to our viewers. That's so cool. Poshmark is moving towards authorized supply chain tier. Okay, so maybe Basket Noodle mentions that. So that's one of the things where you have to be an authorized seller to sell things. Obviously not vintage stuff doesn't seem to fall into that category as much, although I think you can't sell old perfumes. You can't sell certain old things. But I don't think Chanel jumps in if you want to sell a couture dress on clothing. So I don't know if that's going to be changing or if that's, how that works in the future. Basket Noodle continues by saying, doesn't mean they do away with 3P sellers, third-party sellers. Thank you. That was my brain telling me what that meant. With third-party sellers, but they are working to embrace authorized D-list supply chain tiers, meaning to have your stuff taken off if you're not authorized sellers, which means that you'll also be, that means if you do just go through the process, there may become an easier process to become authorized. Now, that's always been sort of my thought, is if you can become authorized, become authorized. That's how you defeat this. And the people who won't become authorized are shysters and belligerents. Belligerai. Biff Boffo, 2 thumbs up. eBay, that's right. Come on. It's all about eBay up in here. They got primary colors. You know what I'm talking about. Everything about eBay is coming up roses. Green's not a primary color. Oh, right. You're saying it's not. Well, green is like, isn't green it's not a primary color, I understand, but it's like, it takes two to make the primary color. Yes, but for some reason, I remember green was like sort of primary by association. Even though it's blue and yellow, I understand that, you scientists. You don't need to tell me. But Patricia, what are your thoughts on this? There is, for artists, they consider green a primary color. I don't know. That was just said to me once. And I'm like, well, it's not. And I'm kind of a stickler when it comes to color, violations, color code violations. So I don't necessarily believe that, but it is like, it's the 4th color. Let's put it that way. So if you have primary colors, which are 1, 2, and 3, what's the 4th one? Green. Am I right? Because crayons and such. When you look at colored anything, like it's a secondary color, but it's a primary secondary. It's got a slash. It's a primordial. It's a primary. Anyway, no one's going to agree with me with that. Patricia's, I have this little one that actually is at the bottom of the chat. It's down here, so I see Patricia coming in with the what? Just back from see, look at this. I can kind of jump to the bottom if I use this one and then still have like where I was here. Patricia says what we were asking about because what is the 4th color? The 4th color is green. What's that? That's okay. The 4th primary color. Green is the RGB family for video, Biff Buffo says. Right. Red, green, blue. So it's using primaries because yellow was the hardest to make in TV land. So RGB, they use like they don't have a yellow pixel on old televisions or something. And then if you OLED TVs, I believe, have a yellow pixel now. I'm just saying words that seem to somehow link together. Linked, connected, linked. Have you all seen Blade Runner 2024? And they do that bass line where they're all like linked, connected. He has to say stuff so they know that he's not a messed up robot. That's what I have to do every day. Silver Hair Stacker saying temporarily permanent. That's exactly right. For the permanent no fee clothing sales. I mean, it's permanent until they change it. I think everyone knows that. WTF from coming in Germany says primary colors are CMYK. Every printer knows that. Cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. Those are the only colors to graphic reproduction people. Okay. Basket Noodle says Toy Association is pushing hard along with footwear and apparel to get Shop Safe 2023 passed before the end of the year. Yeah, that's bogus. That's some bogus stuff, but I do think that it's not as scary. Well, it's not as scary as it seems if the pathway to being an authorized reseller, an authorized reseller is easy. And it maybe they check your credit. Maybe they just check your driver's license. They want to, I don't know what, this is all, the future is going to happen, right? We are going to progress. However, the future is it's coming. So the more we can sort of accept some of it while not accepting, like the last year on eBay has been bogus. There's absolutely no reason for them to have artificially throttled our sales down, which is proven by the fact that they just took their foot off our throat. So, and once they took their foot off our throat, it's nothing like the in between months. So from June last year to March this year, it was different, and nobody at eBay can tell me it was not. So the fact that it has returned to the June of last year selling pattern, kind of totally proves that that the throttling or whatever word doesn't trigger certain people, because it's saying that they're doing something relatively deceitful, and I don't know if it's totally deceitful or if it's within legalities, but it's just rude. Maybe rude's the right word. But they affected our sales artificially, negatively, to get us to promote, which we did the opposite of that. And now we are free of that. I don't know. But it seemed to happen right at the beginning of March when the secret people, including JF up there, said, be expecting something in March, and it happened. So I don't know why, but it did. Let's see. We'll try to jump a little bit here. EU is putting in place the most restrictive elements of internet controls on the planet. It's been ongoing. Yeah. And I think that we can't stop things from happening. We just have to see how we can wedge ourselves in there, become authorized if that's what it requires. Does it, if they make it prohibitive, it's going to be rude again. So if it costs you money, if it costs you a lot of money, maybe it's only $20 a year. Maybe that's the kind of thing it costs to be. And then they rerun maybe they have to run your credit, but they don't run your credit. They run your bogus credit for like buy here, pay here. They don't run like a one that hits your account the wrong way. I don't want them to do that. I don't think that's fair. I don't think that that's any sort of sign of the kind of reseller you could be, or, it says where you've been, doesn't say where you're going, kind of thing. So we'll have to see what they come up with that. Maybe there's going to be something way worse coming down we haven't even thought of yet. as the eBay tripods rise from the ground. Let's see. Basket is saying, M is saying, what the heck? Wow. Goodbye, EU. Yeah, I mean, I think there's going to be some of that does happen for sure. And Paul Rose says, as a business seller sending from UK to Germany these days has to register with the German packaging program and pay an annual fee. Well, that's exactly what I said. So not to say that would be the best thing. It depends. If you're a business, there are fees involved. There are licenses. There are, I'm not against some of it, but it can't be prohibitive. It can't preclude people from getting in because they don't have, people can come up with $20 if you're a business. If you're a business, you can come up with 20 for your yearly whatever. But if it's more than that, or if it's okay, wait, let me see. Did he actually say what the buyer just paid? I think so. Oh no, that's something else. It has to be. You still have to have eBay's whole mission statement is still saying lowering barriers for people to get into business. So they can't be doing something ridiculous. The EU seems to be very extreme, but we only send, maybe 5 to 10% of items overseas at all over the year. Probably be something we should look at when we do our taxes, when we finish them up. How many we do send internationally, just to look at it and see over the course of the year, how many international sales do we have? Considering last year was so screwed up, I don't really even think those numbers will be beneficial, because many more items have gone overseas recently. All of those manuals, the Apple manuals are going to California again. We sold a teapot to China that went through EIS, eBay International Shipping. Yes. And that was really cool because it was on our smaller store, and I'm happy to sell to people in China, especially through it'll only go through EIS, but we haven't seen a China sale. We actually used to see Chinese sales. Remember last year, bridge spam. Last year we did. Remember the jacket we sold, the Patagonia for $1,800? That went to. I don't know different characters enough to say what country it went to. I think it was Japan, but it may have been Hong Kong, so that would be China. I just can't remember. And so that was in March of last year, or April of last year. Can't remember. But that was the last time we've sent an item through EIS to any place any place west of the United States. All right, so Asia, any Asian country, we just haven't sent anything there. And then all of our computer stuff used to go to Germany and England, and that totally dried up. And that has not really reappeared too much, actually. I can say that, I think. Right? Right. What are you doing?
I'm looking up information.
Okay, tell me some.
I'm looking in the comments, and they're talking about.
I just want you to keep up with me so you can help me with this instead of going ahead.
Yeah, I am.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank me.
No, thank you.
No, me. Thank you. eBay Life says, I know I couldn't supply that for them for every item I sell. Yes. So that also will be problematic. It's already, isn't that what killed Recycled Electrics? What's his name? Chris from the one. You know the one that got kicked off of eBay? Daily Refinement. Thank you. Finally. Daily Refinement got kicked off for not being able to provide documentation. Although it seems like maybe he had dubious supply chain, which is why they want to have the documentation. So if this is probably a huge, I understand it all as it all being sort of a huge thing about black market inventory, fake stuff, right? So that's the big. How do you combat fake stuff? And then it seems like a way to do that. Like, how else would you do that? How would you combat counterfeit stuff unless you had the names and addresses of people that are legitimately allowed to sell it, and then you stick to that list, and then you don't charge too much for it. You charge a reasonable amount. You do a reasonable amount of verification, and then those people can sell stuff with, right? Yeah.
Well,
No.
right. You're talking about like the Vero or the Safe Act trademark amendment.
Well, yeah. I mean, but it's all part of that. It's all about counterfeit.
Can you go into the Google spreadsheet and there's a link where I just added.
Well, it's 2:01 and I'm at 138. I have to catch up a little bit more.
Okay.
Let's see. This will obliterate. Okay, so let's see. Canada is likely to support the EU efforts in time. Yes, they do seem to follow. Carl says, yes, this will obliterate a lot of sellers in sales for the EU. For sure, the scope of products will determine survival of a lot of sellers. Yes, again, hopefully they will give a good entry, an easy entry to this stuff. And an easy way, a major hurdle I see is if you have to provide that stuff yourself. So eBay's got to have a catalog of that stuff. There's no way we can do that all ourselves. Big Dre, bummer. There way too much. Talking about the eclipse, way too much overcastness here. Oh no. Den Decor says, to be honest, I wonder if the EU news is why eBay has been geofencing overnight sales in the U.S. Oh my goodness. Good point. That's a super, super good point. Because you would think the majority, if you have overnight sales and your sales should continue around the block if you're properly signed up for EIS and they're offering your items around the world. No, but the world's awake all 24 hours. So why aren't you getting sales all the time? James put out this morning that he had 9+ hours of no sales today with somebody who has 57,000 items. That's a block of some sort, whether it be geofencing or just. I still don't totally buy the servers turn off or the server maintenance, but I've also been told that that's quite possible that is happening. I don't notice things. I wake up 3 or 4 times during the night and I hit offers, send out offers. Almost every time I wake up now. For the past months and months, that hasn't been there. So offers are going out, but they're not going to the EU. I guess they're just going to late night people searching on eBay in the U.S. Let's see. Basket Noodle says, here's a report out scant weeks back claims 7 in 10 U.S. consumers at marketplaces have been taken and or bought improper goods. Oh, so that shows the major not win that black market goods are causing, and not black market goods, but what's that word I need? Counterfeit. That's it. See, that's what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be sitting here reminding me of all my words. Don't be ridiculous. That's your main purpose when you're sitting back there. What did you say? Oh, that's what I thought you said. Saturday, I sold 1 item to somebody in my own postcode. Second time that's happened. Makes no sense at all. Did they come pick it up? Do you have free pickups? Because at least here in the U.S., do we still have local pickup as an option? You can put, yeah, we do, I think. I've never used it. But I think we do have local pickup, like a tick box you can tick. Let's see here. M says, hey, Froze, EU sales are low, but the impact for those selling to that market is detrimental for sure. Absolutely. It will be at first, because we know any implementation of anything that's supposed to help us in the long run definitely doesn't. definitely does not in the beginning. Motorcycle Dorth, eBay rep tried to tell me that it was because customs wouldn't allow the item through. That's what they said to us about our stuff when we very first switched over from GSP to EIS. That's what they said. They suggested I ship the item outside of EIS. But no, because I don't want to. And they took 2 big items at the beginning. We had a $600 item and a $300-$400 item that just vaped, so that it didn't make it to the person. It stopped in Illinois. They refunded us. They refunded the people in Europe that it was supposed to go to, and the items just went off. We talked a little bit about that too. There are buyers that buy pallets of stuff in Illinois from eBay International Shipping, stuff that they can't send on. M says, love you, Primo, family. Thank you, M. Love you too. Trying to go down. Let's see. I'm bypassing personal sidebars. M 6,000 watchers. Go team. I know. Amazing. That's amazing. Feel free to go watch all of our videos again if you want to boost our numbers. I don't know how you can get, I mean, it was everybody. That's how, Liz Morton reached out to us, and like a lot of people, emails. And then all of a sudden I started getting all these phone calls from like ladies saying, hey, remember me? Hi. And then immediately it pops up, oh, your information has recently been compromised in some sort of I don't, who was that? Do we know who that was from? Who was compromised? Well, AT&T. So no, but we're not in AT&T, but my number was, right? We switched from AT&T, but still the number was. So yeah, it's possible. And I have a lot of ladies currently asking me if I remember them. And I'm like, I haven't been out of the house in like 3 years. So you guys have good memories, I guess. Plus I've never been to the Clinique counter at the Shandong Mall or something. So I'm not sure exactly how we met, but maybe it was through my OnlyFans foot site. Frito feet. That's my username. Frito Fitos on OnlyFans. Go check that out. Don't. There's actually a whole real site for feet only. That's the one we're on. And we show one of each of our feet. So we have like lady foot and man foot, but they're like, people think that we're just half and half. Yes, your left foot. It's 2 left feet. Let's see. Morning Dove. You guys are, oh, that's the hoo-hoo-hoo. Is that the hoo-hoo-hoo?
I've told you that.
You have told me that. And so it wasn't a coyote or an owl. It's a mourning dove. Hoo, hoo, hoo.
It goes,
Hoo, hoo, hoo.
no.
It has to go, hoo, 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 hoo. It's like that.
Keep reading.
Sounds like me hammered at camp, Basket Noodle says. We have a lot of mourning doves. Votes for mourning doves. Okay, it's doves. Shoot, I forget how to do. Is who a mourning dove? I haven't done one of these for a while, so I thought maybe we'd do a little poll. Mourning dove.
Owl?
An owl or a coyote. Coyote.
And give a little, we are in the suburb of our little city.
Oh yeah, we're in the suburb, but we're in Vermont. So, I mean, we're within 5 miles of just open farmland. I mean, probably less than that technically. I don't know. Okay, that's the poll. Probably should have done a poll on is green is it a primary color by association, not necessarily by 67. Nobody's saying anything else except for mourning dove, which I'm sure it is. Oh no, I shrunk. Okay, I gotta find where I am. Doodly doot. Okay, we can see when Patricia came in. I think I'm around there. The 3 listings had to be removed were due to one word in the very. Paul Rose saying this. Actually, green is in the RGB family. Didn't I already do this stuff? No. The 3 listings I had removed were due to one word in the very detailed descriptions the AI didn't like. Will take ages to recreate all 3 from scratch. At least I got an answer why this time. What was the policy violation? Some policy violations are super they're like really hardcore about it, like, which makes sense. If it's anything to do or could be construed as having to do with children, I think they just nuke those quickly. Basket Noodle saying the authorized D-list tier sellers represent 25 to 35% of places such as eBay or Amazon third party. They want to take down 25 to 30%. Is that what I'm understanding? If that stuff is bad, you know. I mean, are they going to catch some stuff that isn't? You know how they started this with the hats? Like you couldn't put the hat. And then I think they've sorted that out, or sellers have just figured out how to navigate around that, where you didn't put Budweiser. If you, as the brand, you had to put not Budweiser, or you did have to put Budweiser as the brand, not the actual manufacturer of the hat, which could be a generic brand. But
if it said Budweiser on it, then yeah, you would get flagged as counterfeit or
something like that.
It happened to James.
It happened a bunch of times to James, and I think to some others.
He learned that he had to put for the manufacturer, like the brand name.
The brand as opposed to the actual manufacturer, which is confusing. But that's just to get around AI, because if a person looked at that, they would know what the real deal was. But if you're selling a Budweiser hat, I guess it has to be Budweiser brand. That's what's happening. Maybe.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Me neither. Primary colors cannot be produced by mixing colors, right? Black can be produced by mixing all the colors. So black is all colors and white is the absence of colors. Is that right? Or do I have that backwards? No, I think that's right. Paul Rose, I was in design for print for the better part of 30 years. Wow. Yes, that's my friend named Matt. I call him Copy Matt. Because he does, I mean, he's a printer, like just top-notch print. He prints books. I mean, he prints Taschen level art books and stuff, but he also does, he can do anything, printing anything. Prints on wood, prints on just absolutely anything. He has it's like a giant hockey table, like it sucks down instead of blows up, but it's basically a air hockey table. And it's 4x8, so you can print on 4x8 sheets of plywood if you wanted to with his printer. There's probably bigger ones than that, but I'm always impressed by his printing stuff. Also call him a different name, but that would give away his last name. But it has Franken in it because he knows how to take all these, that was an Osei printer, the big one, and then Arizona, Osei, Arizona, maybe. And then he knows how to, he gets a hair dryer and he somehow can make it timed right so that the hair dryer will spot dry a very specific part on the printer head as it's going so that he can do a double print like quickly. I don't even understand everything he does or why he does it, but he can just do anything he wants with these machines and they always impress me. He impresses me. The problem with manufacturers have no incentive to work with cottage sellers. Well, they don't for new products, but for old products. That's always been my most concern because I deal exclusively almost with vintage. So if you're selling brand new items, I guess they deserve to have more of a say as to how their items are distributed. That's from my point of view. Like, I mean, because there's no way to combat the fake stuff if you don't have that control. Now, old stuff that's 20 years out of stuff that's allowed to be on Etsy, I don't think they should have any say over that. Vintage stuff, no, absolutely not. Because that's just out of their jurisdiction, I think, personally. They no longer, they're by name only. Their logos changed, their tags have changed, everything's changed. There's no way that would be allowed by most of us. And hopefully that will be part of this nonsense as they try to take more, have more control over us. I don't mind the control as long as that control is reasonable and it's for a reason. And in this case, counterfeits, which is a huge problem. Unless you sell counterfeits. I like this one thing, which is they're illegal, but they're not like nobody does anything about them. Multi-game cartridges for like Nintendo. We buy Cricks. He's actually in the Ukraine. And I think that if you want to buy they're not illegal to buy these. They're illegal to put ROMs on them that you don't own type thing. I happen to own every game known to man, so I can just put ROMs on there. But they're actually made in Ukraine. So if you want to support somebody in Ukraine, buy these Cricks. Krikkzz. Cricks. Multi-game cards. And he sells them. And then China has been coming in with some knockoffs of his semi-dubious, item. So, and they use the same sticker, except for just for whatever reason, like the real knockoffs, they always do something dumb. Like the print isn't the right print. The actual typeset, the font is not right. Something, or it's a little crooked or something. So they've been flooding the market with fake Cricks cartridges. And and people say these aren't fake. These are the real thing. And you can see just that they're not they're just not the same sticker. The sticker's off. And I think that's funny when the people sort of taking advantage of copyright laws are being violated themselves. But I don't want him to be, because he actually makes a really cool product. And they make those for like Nintendo 64. So you can have all the games Nintendo 64 on one cartridge. And it works really well. So, yay for that. That's a little side note. What'd you say?
I said you're very behind.
I'm very behind. Only 18 minutes. That's not bad. Only 18.
Trisha's saying Primo is very behind.
She's also saying, Biff, you are too generous. But I don't know what that's to, so I won't go back and figure that out. Paul Rose says, but if that becomes the norm, you'd end up paying a fee to each country you sell to. Oh, yeah, no. I'm thinking the EU is one fee. So if I want to sell to the EU, I pay $20 a year. I would pay $36.50 a year to sell to EU. And that includes a lot of countries, right? But I won't do that for every country. And if I have to pick and choose, I will pick and choose, and then other people will get left out, which is not what we want to do. Big Dre says, Spam Banshee, yeah, when I look up with the glasses, it's like they're made out of a solid plastic. Can't see a thing. You can see it once you look at the sun. Well, you can't see them anyway. Oh. Major Win is back 20 minutes ago. Welcome back 20 minutes ago. We'll time travel back to 20 minutes ago. Ooh, now we're almost caught up. Not really, though. It'll be interesting to see which it will be interesting to see which platforms, if any, will help facilitate sales for their sellers. Yet another example of eBay doing the least. Yeah. We'll just have to see how that plays out. I mean, I get excited. I sit here and just go, yeah, our sales are okay right now. Our sales are okay. Everything's good. And I don't want anything to change on that. So I also don't want to think about things that could go wrong, that haven't gone wrong yet, because I just have to keep my head straight for the most part. WTF sold a Japan import back to, they repatriated their CD. That is so awesome. And Basket Noodles say it's not just counterfeit, it's also retail arbitrage. Now that is TJ Maxx's problem, right? So I don't think, if you're going to offload your old season products to a place like TJ Maxx, then tough if you can't, once that's what happens. I mean, don't make so much product. You're overproducing product. Okay, let's look at this. We have 50% owl. I'm going to stop this now because end poll. So you guys answered absolutely nothing for me. It's 50% owl. Where is it? 50% owl, 40. Thanks for nothing, everybody. 50% owl, 44% mourning dove, and 5% coyote. So it's either a mourning dove or an owl. So you're saying there's still a chance on the coyote. So, and that's 18 people. I mean, that's who. I don't know. We learn nothing on this program. We actually end this program like knowing less than when we started. That's how we orchestrate this. Let's see. Okay, yes. I think we're still right here. Basket Noodle says counterfeit globally claimed at $2 trillion. America has 750 billionaires who command 5.7 trillion to give you scale. To gift me scale. I would like them to gift me. I need a new scale. Yeah. So, well, we haven't, 750 billionaires seems like a competition. I won't get into that whole conversation. I have no problem with you can make as much as you want. I tend to have, maybe billionaires. Who's the nicest billionaire? Are there nice ones? Or are there any of them that you would say that's a good person? I don't know.
Maybe
Jeff Bezos' ex-wife. Is she a billionaire? Yeah, she is.
yeah, she's donated tons.
So, maybe there's one or two, but they're not, that's not the, I would say that billionaires, by the virtue of being a billionaire, makes you you have too much money. Depends on how many billions, maybe. It seems like one would be enough. But no, you can have as many as you want. But I think that, the Tres Commas Club, three commas, you just need one to be in that. And if you have 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, is that the best use of your resources? I don't know. I haven't seen their taxes. I don't really know. If you're only paying 8% effective tax rate, I hate you for that. I mean, it's okay. It's America, but I hate you for that because I pay more than that. Intergalactic Microsystem says, can't listen now, but I had something to share. Aloha, by the way. Oops, just broke everything. Something to share. Time away used to hurt sales, but not too bad. Maybe half the sales for a short time away, 2 to 3 days. Turned it on for Friday to Sunday this weekend. Had 0 sales across 3 stores, usually 12 or so for a normal weekend. Also, impressions dropped to almost nothing. Good times. So now, I mean, if you go into vacation mode, shouldn't that sort of what's the point of vacation mode? Just so you don't have to send things out on time, but you can still get sales? Or is it to lessen your burden, therefore, theoretically giving you less sales so that you have less to come back to ship? Is that, because we've never used it. We just wing it and try to, make sure that,
Did we extend the shipping day or something?
we've definitely done that, but found that to be negative to our sales. So we have a same day or 1 day shipping on everything pretty much. One day if it's a bigger item, I almost always put it off till the end of the day, purchase the shipping on the day. I don't have to drop it off till the next day. That's a little hack that most people probably know about. if you have 1-day shipping, you can get away with that. If you have same-day shipping, you can't always get away with that, right? Or can we? Maybe we do too. Can't remember.
No, same day, no.
Same day, you can't do that. You got to get it. You got to drop it off or have it picked up on the same day. And I would say 75% of our items are same-day shipping. And we've been through the post. Our postal person is the best on the planet of Earth. Yay, Bart. We're trying to get down, but that's not it's not ideal that you're turned off, because then just leave it on, unless if you can't make I don't know. That's a little weird, because you know. If it's for a weekend, don't turn on the vacation sale. But if it's during the week, or if you're gone for 10 days, is it better just to close your store and then deal with the repercussions of starting it back up? Or do you put it into vacation mode? Does vacation mode make the algorithm find you quicker when you turn it off than when you just...
Evidently not. Saying no, impressions dropped to
almost nothing, but still something. Now, if you took all of your items and just took them off of eBay and left them in, didn't put them in your ended folder.
Do a nuclear reset when you get back.
Oh yeah, you got to do a nuke when you get back. But okay, good point. So turn off your items, meaning do not have anything for sale at all. End all your items, leave them in your ended folder, and then when you get back, relist them, thereby making essentially a nuclear reset. That would be one way to do it. So I don't know what the vacation mode, how that benefits people. Most people I hear use it. I hear them say it messes with things. So we've never used it. We tend to not use stuff that we don't need to, just to do less things. Like, don't call eBay as much as humanly possible. We don't call eBay. We are using their AI tools to report buyers and stuff. So
You have 30 minutes.
13 minutes. Oh, we got to get done. Okay. Trying. No, I'm worse. I'm worse for the wear. Paul Rose, Primo Kimo, what's the eBay sales cult initiation again? I'm in robes, the incense. It's we do. Who puts promoted listings down? Who wears a thorny crown? We do. Something like that. Okay, I don't want to bypass anybody, but I'm going to bypass some people. Basket Eagle says, why should Best Buy retail stores be funding Amazon's growth and their customers denied product? Yes, I agree with that. There are valid reasons. It's not all sellers, but many use retail to source. That's a problem, that and counterfeits. But I don't think there should be a problem if you go to retail arbitrage. There's nothing wrong with that. Buying stuff by the pallet from overstock.com, even though that's not around anymore, but doing that, what's wrong with that? I mean, you can't mess with people for doing that, but maybe you just need to be a duly authorized reseller, and that costs a fee per year. That's just so they can keep tabs and making sure you're buying it keeping that chain, buying it from an authorized distributor, going to an authorized store, being taken out of the authorized store, sending it to an authorized reseller, meaning the overstock type people. They're selling it to an authorized retail reseller, maybe. Keeping the chain of custody legit so you know that it's not counterfeit. There's nothing, yeah, it's so hard to implement, but there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, it needs to be done. So Patricia says, I wonder if she did not vote for the morning dove, I'm guessing. Basket Noodle, unfortunately, like speed limits, those who engage in arbitrage counterfeit affect everyone. Yes. Legislatively, there's no way to cover it all fairly. True. Now, again, tell me why arbitrage is, I mean, I know it's part of the problem, but is it wrong? It's not wrong. I mean, it's not. Counterfeiting is wrong and hurts us all. Arbitrage is not wrong, I don't think, unless I'm missing something, some part of that. The firms representing brands has sophisticated AI software and manufacturers won't share the details. Well, maybe they need to. Maybe. I have a lot of maybes today. Primo, it stated violence or abuse. It was actually the word golly, which was the first ice cream bar in the Irish company made in the 50s. Got the company history off of Wikipedia. One word, golly. That's a trademarked word. They're going to have to get around some of this crap. Biff Boffo, again, corrects me. White is the presence of all colors. Deep black is mixing black cyan. My printer friend Matt has this little tube that comes in a box, and it's like the flattest black on the planet of Earth, and it's just so fancy, and it's black paint, black ink maybe. Patricia says it depends on if you're talking about colors in light or pigment. I see. Okay. I think, well, in black it must be all colors, or is it just a charcoal? You just go out to your barbecue and you smush that up with some pigment smush. What's the main acrylic, right? That's the main carrier agent for the color. Okay, guys. Okay, so motorcycle dork. So for the past couple of weeks, I have to do a hard exit at 3 to go do the live eclipse thing. So I have to try to get through all the comments. I know, so many words, Patricia. I just can't believe how many words there are. And I read really fast, too. I just tangent out too much, I guess. I've actually been... Motorcycle Dork said, for the past couple weeks, the offers I've been able to send offers on have been the same few items over and over. Yeah, we've kind of noticed that, too. But they're the most wanted items, so it makes sense. It's just the 0 items those are interesting. Nobody's watching them. We're still sending out offers. B Nudes says but even if I wear it's not going to stop the yep, I've actually been asked start a channel explaining all such matters, authorized, not chain, on and on. Yeah, B Nudes, you want to come on here and talk about it? You can. We'll have you on. We have a list. We have a bit of a waiting list. Wait. I see somebody who hasn't been here for a while. Jack is in the house. Hello, Jack. We've missed your presence. I saw that come up on this one where I see the most recent comments, and then that's my back. Hey, I'm at 220. I'm making ground. I'm catching up. Yeah, Patricia's saying, Basket Noodle, you do a series. Basket Noodle, do you want to be like Jimmy the Dolphin Flipper and come on our channel so we can get all your money? Right? No, you should do. I very much encourage anybody, if you enjoy doing being in front of the camera. YouTube has changed our lives in many ways. We've been doing it for a long time. We've only had the success with the eBay content as of September. It was the first time. We've done videos for 10 years. Not consistently, but we've tried to do vlogs. I did those Sober October things and stuff like that. So very much enjoyed. It's an awesome creative outlet. And she really enjoys it too. So for both of us, it's an awesome creative outlet. Let's see. So many words. Go back up to, okay, there's that. Freya's here. Aloha, Freya. Major Win says we are welcome for nothing. I don't know what that was for. Basket Noodle says this is why the border is open. I don't know what that means. Major Win says who the hell are you talking about? That's a song, right? I think that's a song. Who? Primo says, you scare me with the hoo-hoos, Paul Rose says. The problem is you can't imitate bird calls. No, I can't. No. I never said I could, but who? That's a pattern. That's pattern recognition.
Yeah, what is this thing? Who?
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 It's who. That's what it sounds like.
Who are you?
Who. That's the is that the Who?
Yeah, right? I don't know.
It's either the Who or the Kinks. I always get them mixed up. It's just off the top of my head. I got them mixed. Who are you? Is that what I was thinking of? It's actually the Who. So it's not a bird at all. I'm a very confusing person. Callie Deb says, listen to the Dove link that I posted above. Oh,
It's
wait.
not there. It's not
Oh, it got decapitated by YouTube. Every once in a while they allow one in, but usually I have to like go onto it and pin message or something.
I tried. I was leaving a link on a video and it never showed up.
It's they don't always they don't like links, and in fact I've had a video demonetized because I had 2 links in it. You're only allowed to have 1. So like I shared the value added resources. I can have that 1 link off YouTube, and then my store link I had to take that off because that pointed to eBay. I just put the name of the store. So that worked. Mark Cuban is the nicest billionaire. Yeah, I mean, I don't like Mark Cuban. I mean, but that's a personal.
Just like makes prescriptions affordable and stuff, right?
Yes, but Bill Gates goes out and he's whatever. People build wells and do drugs and stuff. I'm saying that I'm just trying to figure out where that cutoff point, 1.32759 billion. If you have more than that, you have too much money, and anything over that, you should look at a way to give it to people that need it. I'm looking for that number, not a number that you can only make up until, just the one that makes you morally correct. That this is how much I need to buy 20 houses and a super yacht. And then, but a yacht could be 500 million. So you got to look at it from that point of view. So if you're going to have a bunker on the sea type yacht with no windows, then you might need that 500 million just to build that. And then I think wasn't Bill Gates's house was like 500 million because the like indoor trampoline cost a lot. I mean, I see when you get to that point, if you need 5 of those houses to make your life whole, how am I going to stop you from doing that? You know? We don't even have a hot tub. So, okay, people are saying my wife says Taylor Swift for some reason. Is she a billionaire? Sure. I think she's probably nice, right? But then if you went out with her, is she nice? That's what you have to ask yourself. Did she make anybody sad? Now Americans have 22 millionaires.
No, 22 million millionaires. They corrected them.
Oh, 22 million millionaires. Yeah, I wouldn't mind being a millionaire.
And they command $158 trillion.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. That's a nice spread. That's a spread. I don't think we've ever been a millionaire. I don't think so. Well, when you add assets and like cars, I'm curious. We've made over like $1.5 million on eBay, at least over 24 years. But none of that money piled up, of course. We always end the year going, like the airplane's coming in, it's on fire, landing gear's up, That's how we end our years usually. No, that's how we end up in around tax season. Not at the end of the year is December usually. Okay, 22 million millionaires, 1 in 14 people. Richard Branson, he seems cool. He has but he had to make a rocket. He didn't make a rocket. He made the plane. Right? He does seem cool. He's always got some ladies. He's kind of funny. I take at least 2 hours a day, 7 days a week, reading news and information. That's awesome. You should be taking 2 hours of every day, also working on your J-Lo body. Let's go! Because wealth is health, not just cash. Paul Rose, if you're going away for a few days, you can just adjust handling time. I haven't always been. That's probably the safest and sane way to do it. Is to take, set it to 3 days or something. Hey, our Major Win says, but hey, our tax guy yesterday said we're doing well, and based off our numbers, we will only have to live to 240 years to become millionaires. Well, it is surprising. I mean, if you buy a house in California, you're already a millionaire on paper. I mean, I don't think is there anywhere it doesn't cost for 2 bedrooms $1 million? Patricia says, Callie Deb, what link? Don't say it because that disappeared. Let's see. Major Win says deal with the reproductions. Not the repercussions. Basket Noodle says it's true. Most any decent realtor will become a millionaire in America. Yes, that is true. It's a high stress job, and you have to be on. I like to take time off. I like to work on my J-Lo. I like to go for a walk. I like to not be stressed and be like constantly in motion. That's definitely not everyone's. A lot of people, including people here, they like to work and work it. We know a few of those. WTS says, I follow Resell CNY on YouTube. They're off on a vacation mode and sales seem to be very good. And maybe, I wonder if they do vacation mode or do the, extended days, say 5 days. I can't imagine it's not going to help your sales, but it couldn't hurt them too much if you switched it to 5 days. But 5 days is definitely under. You won't get your seller protections if you are over 3 days. I think being obscenely rich is a burden. Paul Rose, being obscenely rich is a burden and prepared to try for the sake of the group. All donations welcome. Good luck with that. Major Win is slowly making us a millionaire through 1,000 tiny super chats, and we appreciate that. We are on our way. Major Win, our store is major_win. Imagine that. If anyone wants to give us a look and provide recommendations, we welcome the input. We know we have a lot to work on. Haha. Write that down. We're doing a store review. Plus, it's Major Win, so probably pretty easy to remember that. The underscore is the tricky part, but we can do that. Cornhusker Picker says Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett does seem like a smart billionaire. And because he's so modest and because the way he lives is very modest, maybe, we could consider him. I don't know if people are nice, though. It's hard to tell. It's very difficult. Major Win does agree that Warren Buffett is cool. Warren Jimmy Buffett is cool. The fact that he eats McDonald's and still lives in a modest house is phenomenal. Oh, yeah, you're saying the same thing I am. I think that's good. In fact, I think he drives a Toyota Celica. It's like 20 years old, too. And some people are like that. I can't say that. I didn't used to be that. We're kind of forced to be that way. So our current car is 10 years old. It's a nice car, though, and it's still nice. But we used to do the every 2 years a new car thing. We had Jeeps and stuff. Felt like a rock star for a second. Yes, ma'am. You cracking the whip. Patricia's dork. Did you hear anything? Anyway, that was too motorcycle D.
I don't know. They're talking about. You remember he was going to try to get into that seller thing.
Yes, in San Jose.
But they said.
Do
he
you
did
know?
make a
No.
community post saying that it was closed.
That's today though, right?
But I don't know if that's what.
Are you just going to go there and just break through the line and get in? You should do that.
I don't know if that's what they're talking about, though.
Oh, okay.
Keep going.
Yes, ma'am. It's just life. That's life. Cornhusker Picker. Yeah, I have met him here in Omaha. Super real guy. Is that Warren Buffett? Is he in Omaha? Biff. If golly is a problem, it's probably because of gollywog. Yep, I believe it is. Oh, interesting. Okay, look up gollywog. It's probably gross. Basket Noodle. eBay Basket Noodles talking to eBay Live. If GameStop sends its employees to Walmart to snarf up everything big sale video games, that's called predatory business conduct against the law. Okay. If they're employees, right. But if you are an arbitrager, retail arbitrager, then going to these places, that's why they put limits on number of items, right? So you can only buy 20 of this one, but that's usually kind of sometimes a high number. That's how they kind of try to not let GameStop go buy all them games. Jack says, been listening as I work on a record sale. Would be nice if eBay would simply show our items. All other stuff doesn't matter if our items aren't being shown. And I think ours are. I think ours are being shown now due to the sales and the fact that we're up 0.7% on our sell-through rate in the past 30 days. And that seems to be increasing because it was +4 and now it's 0.7. And page views down, impressions up, and sometimes down. And because I think they've reached their perfect margin at about 150,000 impressions a day. Doesn't seem to go much over or below that. Don't know what would raise that. More items. More items. Will that raise that impression? What raises that impression rate? Don't know. That's probably another day to talk about that. 6x6, are y'all still live? Yes, we is. Basket noodle. Oh, that's a sidebar. We'll bounce over the sidebar, and then we'll. Okay. That's. Oh, Jack. Regarding false offer eligibilities. Regarding false offer eligibilities, check your total number sent out and how many have 0. This has gone up quite a bit over the past month. Maybe this was eBay's big March fix. It's about so today we had 32 offers. Now, in before March, which I consider a fix happened to our store, we would have about 11. Even in December, we were like at 11 or 15 at the most. 14 seemed to be like a pretty solid number that we were getting. Now we're up at like 32. But 4 of them are zeros. So, as a percentage, it's pretty small. But I think that, that could be part of it, that they are sending out more offers to encourage more buys. And they're doing that on our behalf. We do not advertise, and we do the nuclear reset every day. So that does seem to be working in our favor at this point, but it's curious, the 0 watchers, because how did they get that? Somebody just breezed by our store and then saw that. How would they see the guy saw them? I don't know. But they have all the information. In offset printing, deep black is achieved by printing cyan and black on top, but we are all about different topics on here, I guess, yes. And there is a little tube of the deepest, flattest black on earth. My friend has it. Basket Noodle says no, no, and no. Don't know what those are referring to. First. Oh, you don't like that? Well, I mean, do you want a little section? We'll talk to you. I could. First off, I don't need to piss off a whole new slew of politicians I'm friends with. So you travel in that circle, because I remember you saying your ex was a politician. Jack says, major win. Had to work my butt off to make up for all the crap sales on eBay. I made $40 gross and 3 sales on the weekend. That's not good. That is Cuck Primo. Cuck Primo. I don't know what that is. Can you stop? Primo Kimo. It's the Who. Who are you? Yes, it's the Who. We did figure that out. Basket Noodle did $128 on $12 cost of items. That's how you do eBay. Carnegie, that's interesting to bring him up. Not only did he give most of his money back, but most big public libraries are because of Andrew Carnegie. So he was a real like jerk. I mean, he ruined a whole bunch. But billionaires used to try to. You shut up. Billionaires used to try to ruin each other and kill each other and stuff. So he was part of that crew. But yes, he basically built all the libraries in the United States and made people literate. So that's probably pretty cool. Let's see. Patricia, I want enough money for a new roof and healthcare on demand. That's all we want. And I think that's, you know what, Patricia, that's it. I think if we work hard, we work like we do here. Like I think our biggest aspirations are to have a good car that works, and that's, you know, hopefully German, and healthcare, good quality healthcare on demand, and yes, a new roof every 30 years, or in our case, possibly 25 years, because we're approaching that, and it's telling us we need a new one soon. Major win, billionaire seed money. Thank you so much. You know the death by 1,000 cuts? This is the opposite of that. This is billionaire by 1,000. Well, more than 1,000 probably. I'm not great at math, but probably more than 1,000 super chats. But on our way, every dollar counts. That's what's important. Basket Noodle, well, a lot of sellers had inventory rich and cash poor. That's us. Water everywhere and not to drop to drink. Okay, that makes me think of water every hair, which was a Bugs Bunny cartoon, which is the one where he falls asleep and then his mattress gets sucked out and he ends up at the evil scientist's mansion, and it says boo, like the neon sign on the side of the mansion goes boo, boo. That's my favorite one. Makes me smile. Love grows everywhere. Polly Rosie goes. Dendecor, sun is half covered here, but cloudy. Yeah, I'm sure it's covered. I already see it kind of getting weirdly dark. If you go look at it right now, it's probably partially, because in a half hour it's going to be fully covered. So it's partially covered right now, I'm guessing. Major Win gifted 5 Primo memberships. Oh, snap. You know what this just gave away? Tommy Bernard Podcast does watch our show. We've missed his comments. We thought he wasn't here anymore. But that means that he's actually lurking. He's a lurker. And now he's a member.
The neighbors are out.
And has to watch. Well, we should actually try to get off now. Right. Okay, wait. Okay, wait, hold on. We'll be back on live. Maybe like in just 15 minutes or so. We'll be outside looking at the moon. But let me just make sure nobody else had anything important to say. Carnegie gave all his money, and then there's Super Chat, and then Love Grows, Polly Rose, and then a lot of sidebars. Den Decors in Eastern PA. Patricia, eBay's Big March fix was getting a new roll of digital duct tape. Awesome. Let's see. It's interesting. There's a blue sky, like darker slate blue. Yes, that's what's happening. Pokey is activated. Major Win, thanks again. And our newest members are Kate Picker, ACS Soccer Highlights, Peeping Time, Cypher, and the Tommy Bernard Podcast. Thank you so much, Major Win. And thanks to our newest members. We're going to jump off right now. We'll be back on in about 15 minutes if you want to check that out. Thank you very much, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Love you guys. Bye.